Hello Flosstube, it's Jerry Caudell, the Yankee Creek Stitcher. I'm back for Flosstube number 10, and it is Thursday, December 27th of 2018. Hopefully I'm back on regular track for my Thursday postings. It has been a wonderful week with spending so much time with family and so much yummy food. All my family has such awesome cooks. I just love this time of the year. With Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's truly the most wonderful time of the year for me. Oh, let's see. Thank you so much if you're returning to spend some more time with me. I truly appreciate it. And anyone that's new stopping by, welcome to my home. I decided my studio is getting overwhelmed with after Christmas sales and Christmas gifts. Like I'm drowning in here, so I thought I'll just come out to my big Christmas tree. I haven't sat in front of it yet this year, so I thought I would spend some time out here. It's quiet here today at the house. My husband is working on his truck out in the garage, and I told him, hey, I'm recording a Flosstube, but I'm doing it out in the living room, so, you know, take your time. He got something new for his truck. I don't even know what it is, so he's out there working on that. And my oldest that lives in Nashville attending Vanderbilt, she has been home for a few days. Her husband, he works at a news channel, and since they just recently moved down there, of course, he's the low man on the totem pole. He was able to spend about 2.5 days with us up here. He had to return about 12:30 on Christmas Day. So she spent a couple extra days up here. And so my youngest daughter is driving her back home today. It's stormy and crappy weather out there, so say a little prayer for them. Just safe travels. But we had such a wonderful Christmas, just having all of us together. It was a beautiful, wonderful day. It was 4 Christmases on Christmas Day, but we got them all in, and it was just a great time together, spent with family, and that's what's important to me. And it was just a blessed, wonderful day. And I, in the mix of all the craziness, Sue Adams, you were my 500 subscriber winner giveaway, and you've yet to contact me. I guess after this video, I'll scroll back through the comments and comment on your comment, but email me so I can get your address and get your project bag and chart mailed out to you. It's yankeecreekstitch@gmail.com. So it's my Flosstube handle, Yankee Creek Stitcher, without the ER on the end, @gmail.com. I will go back and look up your comment and comment on there as well with my email. I want to get that out to you. I came across it trying to clean out my studio to get all my stuff out here today. So email me and I'll get that out to you. And I went back through my comments before recording this today, and I had a subscriber ask me about my recipe for my white chocolate dipped cookies. And I'm going to go grab one to show one to you. Just a second. Okay, so these are my white chocolate dipped cranberry oatmeal cookies. If you love cranberries, they are delicious. They are just like an oatmeal cookie, but they have the cranberries in them for that little bit of, you know, tangy taste of that cranberry, and then the white chocolate on top of it. They are amazing. My recipe I found on Pinterest, and the title of the cookie is White Chocolate Dipped Cranberry Oatmeal Cookies. And they come from Lindsay at Love, Life, and Sugar. So if you have Pinterest, look up that cookie title. And that's the website I got it from, is Love, Life, and Sugar. So if that comes up, that's the correct one. They're so simple to make, and I make a double batch of these, and I still have leftovers. They make a lot, and I just use the little, I think it's maybe a teaspoon cookie scoop, and they make so many, and they are so flavorful. But I was also going to share with you my gingerbread cookie. They're the slice and bake gingerbread cookies, but some of them I will dip in white chocolate. My oldest daughter does not like white chocolate at all. My husband and I like white chocolate. But the gingerbread cookies that I dip in the white chocolate, it has been, what, a week already, and they are still so moist. The ones I did not dip in the white chocolate are pretty crispy. Crispy now. I still love the gingerbread. I love the ginger snap cookies that are real crunchy. That's kind of the consistency of just the plain gingerbread cookies, but the ones dipped in white chocolate are still very, very soft and moist. They're delicious. I will eat them either way. I love gingerbread. I just thought I would share that with you. If you dip them in the white chocolate, they are still very yummy. Okay, so there you go on my cookies. Let's see here. Oh, what I've been up to, other than the things I just filled you in on, I shared with you on my last Flosstube that my L&S, the finishing touch, was having an after Christmas sale today and tomorrow. And of course, I visited, and they opened at 10, and I got there about 10:20 this morning. I had to get there bright and early. I didn't want to miss anything. I was so excited. One of my Christmas wishes for my mom or my husband or my daughters, they asked what I wanted, and I said a gift card to the Finishing Touch or to Joann's, and I got money for my Finishing Touch and a couple of Joann's gift cards. So I'm super excited. I'll share with you in a bit what I scored at the Finishing Touch, because I'm super excited, and I added a ton to my stash. But I love it. I love it. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to start with gifts that I received this past week. Christmas gifts, and yeah, these are all Christmas gifts actually that I'm going to go over. The cutest little thing ever. My aunt found this little tiny quilting stand. It was, oh, where did she tell me it was? I forgot where she told me it was. This was 50 cents. Isn't that the cutest thing? I'm totally doing some kind of cross stitch and finishing that in this. I gave her my hand embroidery piece that had been on my wall behind me in my studio, the one that said the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I finished that and gave that to her Tuesday on Christmas, and she had told me she had found this for me. So I just love it. It is so cute. I can't wait, because I know I will find a chart to finish in this, and it's going to be so adorable. I might just do like a simple quilt pattern, would be really cute. Just kind of an unfinished cross-stitch quilt pattern in there. Okay. My mother-in-law, I don't know what to show first. My mother-in-law, she quilts, she embroiders. When we went there Tuesday, she told me she has cross-stitched, but it's been many years. You know, because we told her I had a Flosstube about my cross-stitch. But she totally surprised me. She is awesome. Like I said, she quilts and sews and does beautiful projects. And she totally shocked me with one of my gifts this year. I'm just so thrilled with this. She embroidered this for me. This is my first official Yankee Creek Stitcher product. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a project bag. And it's made out of placemats, the Pioneer Woman placemats. She said she found the pattern on YouTube. She just looked it up on YouTube, and it was the pattern to make this bag. And I think she said the top here is made out of napkins, and then she just put the drawstrings. It's a, you know, drawstring clothes, but it's a project bag, and it will fit in. You know, I got my little accessory pouch with my scissors and highlighters and all that good stuff, and needles will go in here. It has the outside pockets that I can stick things in. But I was so thrilled with this project bag. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And this will be a segue into my next project, or the next item I got as a Christmas gift from her. In our stocking, she had given me this pack of erasable gel pens. And I'm thinking, okay, I like, you know, cute little pens. And after I had opened my project bag, where she had embroidered that on there, she had she had made a line across here to make sure her stitching was, you know, straight across the bag. And she's like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to get that line off of there. Well, you know, I've used the fabric markers, you know, the purple ones. I think there's blue ones that will you can either iron away, or you can wash away, or it will air disappear, whatever. I've tried them, I think almost all of them, and none of them like really, really work. And I've learned that the hard way, because I've had some projects that I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot get rid of this line. She used a red gel pen, one of these pens. It is Pilot Fine Gel Ink Erasable. And she gave these to me because as soon as a hot iron even gets close to a line on this fabric, it is instantly gone. Instantly gone. I could not believe it. She said, just go home. She said, I'm so sorry. I know how it is as a stitcher, quilter, you know, last minute things. You forget those fine little details. I know how it is. I totally understood. She just go home and hit it with a hot iron. It will instantly disappear. She said, that's why I gave you these markers. I'm like, okay. So a couple hours ago, when I was getting all my Flosstube stuff together, I'm like, oh, I gotta heat this up to see if I can get rid of this line. I had my nice hot iron. As soon as that iron touched that bag, the ink was instantly gone. Like, totally, like, melted that ink. And I hate to say melted because it's not in the fabric. It's gone. It totally dissipated. So I was super excited. I immediately messaged her. I'm like, I just used those pens. They are amazing. So anyone who quilts or marks on their fabrics for embroidery or any other thing, get those pens. They will definitely be on my cutting table and near my sewing machine for my projects that I need to mark up, because they will instantly be gone with your iron. Highly recommend. I'm a firm believer because I just witnessed it myself. Okay, moving along. I told her, I said, I'm going to spotlight that bag and those pens on my Flosstube this afternoon. Okay, moving along. My husband, I do a little bit of everything. I'm a very independent person, and I'm not afraid to do some, DIY or fix stuff myself or whatever. I'm very hands-on, and I don't mind building the stuff myself. So, he got me a Black & Decker screwdriver. Love this. Has all kinds of screwdriver tips And he got me the little accessory pack that also has drill bits. That was like one of my most favorite gifts. He had gotten, we do some men and women gifts exchanges. He had got them, the men, in his gift exchange, 25-foot long tape measures. I'm like, I want one. He's like, you know, I was going to put you together a little toolbox that you could keep in the house with, you know, screwdrivers and tape measure. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, right now I keep the little bits and pieces in my buffet in my dining room. But I love this. You know, when I need to finish up some projects, I don't have to go looking through his big garage out there to find my stuff. So I love this. And it's, you know, small, compact, great. Okay, and these are some other little items he got for me. I was so surprised and so thrilled. And he told me, he said, I better see you talk about those on your next Flosstube. And I definitely will. I'm assuming he had went to Hobby Lobby and got these just little finishing pieces for my cross stitches. A couple of little squares. I was so thrilled that he thought about that as a Christmas gift for me. So a couple of squares and a star. I have so many patriotic stitches that I need to do, so I'm so excited. I have all kinds of little finishing stuff now. I apologize, I keep ducking out of frame, but I've only got so much room on my little table over here. So that was all my gifts. So now we have purchases. Okay, I'm going to start with Amazon. I recently I have the rotary cutters, of course, for all my quilting and stuff. And I had the, I think they're 40 or 45 millimeter, the rotary cutters. But I had seen someone suggest the big 60 millimeter rotary cutters, and I got one. And I've already used it so much, it's already getting kind of dull, kind of skipping through some of the pieces where I'm cutting my linen. So on Amazon, I got the Quilter's Cut. It's a 10-pack. But it's not the, you know, name brand Olfa, but it fits Olfa and had high reviews on Amazon. So I'm going to give them a shot. But it's quilterscut.com or on Amazon, the 60 millimeter rotator or rotary cutter blades. And on eBay, I've had this on my watch list on eBay, and the auction was coming to a close. I think this was a buy it now option. It was about $17 with free shipping. So I visited her website after I decided I'm going to go ahead and get this. I thought, well, does she have any other good deals? But this has been on my wish list. It's the Silver Creek Samplers, my Christmas list. I don't remember who it was that I seen stitch this, but I love it. It is everything I love about Christmas. Family visits, turkey dressing, woolen sweaters, Christmas blessing, flying reindeer, mistletoe, candles glowing, hot cocoa, pies and cookies, Old Saint Nick, peace and goodwill, peppermint stick, wrapping presents, gingerbread, hang your stocking, time for bed, angels singing, Christ is born, a gift for all on Christmas morn. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. She also had Little House Needleworks, Country Christmas. It was an ornament of the month in 2012. So it's Little Christmas. It says Country Christmas with the log cabin type home. I love that. It will be on my ornament list for this year. Okay. My daughter, that now has her own place in Nashville, she told me Tuesday, she said, Mom, we need to go after Christmas shopping, which I was totally trying to avoid because I have so much Christmas stuff already for my house. It's ridiculous. But I was like, okay, I'll take you. Her husband had driven the car back home. So that's why my youngest is taking her home, so she didn't have a ride to go shopping Wednesday. So, of course, you know, with the twist of the arm, I said, okay. Our first stop was Target, which I don't go to Target a lot. But she wanted to go there for something specific. And you know how it happens. You go there for something specific and you buy 15 other things, and which is what we did. 15 other things, because the one thing she went there for, they didn't have. But we scored some good stuff. I scored lots of cross-stitch finishing items. You know, they have the little dollar section when you first walk in. I don't think anything was $1, but all of the Christmas was pretty much 50% off. The little dollar section was 50% off. These are little chalkboard signs. There's 3 in here. It was $3, so I got them for $1.50. 50 cents each for little chalkboard signs, and it has the buffalo check hangers on there. They had these little sleds. I couldn't believe they were in their little dollar section. This was $5, and so I got it for $2.50. And this is maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches tall. So, you know, this is totally going to have a cross-stitch finish on there. So cute. I got a couple of them. And they had, it's a little card holder with the ribbons wrapped across here. Of course, I'm just going to cut those little ribbons off. This was regular $3. I got it for $1.50. It is a perfect size for a cross stitch. Super excited about that. Of course, I got a couple of those. All of their ornaments were 50% off. I got these little pair of skis. It was $1, so I got it for 50 cents. This little house ornament, it was $1. I got it for 50 cents. I got some old bells. They were $3, so $1.50. And what I really, really loved, they had lots of these left. It is a toboggan. Oh my goodness. I seen this and I immediately thought of, is it Button Up or Snow Day? I think maybe Snow Day. It's all the kids on the Prairie Schooler chart on their toboggan sleds. Oh my gosh, it was $5, so I got it for $2.50. And they had this whitewash finish and the natural wood finish. I should have went ahead and got the other one too, but I love this whitewash. So I'm going to figure out somehow to display this as the toboggan and use something to set up a cross-stitch chart on it. But oh my gosh, I could not believe that. But they had, oh my gosh, there's probably 20 or 30 of these there. So I was super excited for not really going into Kroger. Not going into Target that much. I was thrilled with my score. And she had found several things she was wanting to decorate their apartment with. So, okay. I think I was saving the best for last, which is my haul from the Finishing Touch. Okay, it was like 20% off your everything, linens, floss, charts, everything. I'll show you my little freebie I got. It's from the Cricut collection. It is called Moose Smooch. Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. I love that. So it's been added to my ornament list for 2019. I also got Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's List. I've seen so many people stitch this, and I definitely wanted it, so I was holding out, hoping they would have it at their sale, and they did. Also, Country Cottage Needleworks, 'Tis the Season, and it's 'Tis the Season to be Jolly with, ooh, I don't know if that's focusing. 'Tis the Season to be Jolly. Got Mr. and Mrs. Claus on there. So cute. I don't know if that ever straightened up. I got Country Stitches, Brenda Gervais, Ho Ho Ho. Look, oh. Merry and Bright. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. I love that. I got Little House Needleworks, the 2016 Christmas ornament. They did have this stitched in the shop. Oh my goodness. So pretty. It has the year and it says Christmas with the cardinals along the top. I had to have it. I got Plum Street Samplers, Mary 1. It has been on my wish list a while, and then I see other charts, and I'm like, I'll hold off on it. They have it stitched. I'm telling you, to see these charts actually stitched in their shops is, the pictures on when you buy the charts just doesn't do it justice. Because I seen this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have it, and not realizing it was the Mary 1. They had Mary 2, and it was beautiful. They were out of it. So I told them, I'll be back. So whenever you have it in stock, I'll get it the next time I'm in. I also got Plum Street Samplers, Hello Winter. And they had stitched this as a model in their shop, and it was absolutely gorgeous. She had stitched it on 32 count. It looked like a smaller count. I honestly thought it was like maybe a 40 count, but she's like, oh no, I can't stitch on a 40 count. She had stitched it and left off the Hello Winter. So, you know, I think I will probably do that myself. But the birds and just the flower and the snowflakes, it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I had to get it. And I got Threadwork Primitives Wintertime, and they had this stitched up. And the model on the picture here is a 32 count. I think they had stitched it at the shop on a 40 count, because finished on a 32 count is 4.5 by 7.5, and it was just a bit smaller. It might have been a 36 count, but I had not seen this chart before, but it was absolutely gorgeous in the shop. I mean, I've went to these L&S's and their models. It's like, oh, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that. It's dangerous going in there. I watched Priscilla and Chelsea. And, you know, of course, their finishes are absolutely gorgeous. But they had each stitched this, and I just loved it. They, at the shop, had this priced as a bundle. It's the Lizzie Kate Christmas Rules. And it's every chart with the buttons or beads or anything that they come with, all of them for $50. So I had to get it. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna get it. That is the finish for those of you that have not seen it. Hope that's clearing up so that you can see it. Christmas Rules. of course, I'm going to do this on 36 count and on, I had calculated while I'm there. The model was stitched on a 32 count. So on a 36 count, it finishes at about 20 inches long. But it's only like 4.5 inches wide. So I'm so excited. And of course, this is added to my 2019 stitch list. It's Christmas rules. Be kind and of good cheer. Treasure family. Fa la la as you decorate. Honor traditions. Give Santa cookies and milk. No pouting. Keep the schedule light. Share your toys. Listen for reindeer. Hang mistletoe. Give more than you get. And welcome friends. Love that. Absolutely love it. Cannot wait to get that stitched, and I hope I have it stitched by next year. Because I bought a couple other things. Kroger has like some of the prettiest home decor items, and they had their Christmas stuff marked down today, and there was a couple items in there. I've been waiting for them to go on sale, and I've only actually seen one of the items in there, one of that item, for a few months, and no one had ever snagged it up, and it was there today, and it was almost 50% off, and I wasn't passing it up anymore. So I snagged it, and I'm hoping to do a beautiful finish on it. I'm not going to share what it is yet, but yes, so excited to get the whole set of those. And I knew going over there, I was wanting a nice big piece of fabric. I just love getting the big pieces of nice linen, and then cutting off what I need. And I love just getting the neutrals. I just love stitching on the neutrals, so it kind of fits in anywhere in my home. So what I ended up getting today was a 1/2 yard of 36 count legacy. And oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Is that not gorgeous? Of course, I've got it folded in half, so it's a nice, huge piece that I will be doing lots of different charts on. So it's great being on their mailing list. I had someone else comment on my last video that I need to get on their mailing list. They lived, I don't know if it was inside the Illinois border or, you know, just inside the Illinois border, but it's a couple hour drive for them. But they had talked about, they had planned on driving in today or tomorrow to visit the shop. Kind of a crappy travel day, but definitely worth it. They have so much nice stuff. So that was my score at the Finishing Touch on Frankfort Avenue in Louisville, Kentucky. Such lovely ladies. There were several people in and out as I was there. So that's great. I love seeing that they're busy. And I think everyone they knew either by name, or they actually, I don't think they remembered my name, but they remembered that I got my huge cut for my Hawk Run Hollow, and each time I go in, they ask about my progress on that chart, and that's one of them I need to get stitching on. That's why I told them, I said, I got the top of the chart done, but got sidetracked on focusing on Christmas stitching, so it is on my to-do list, as is several other things for early in 2019. So that was on my purchases, gifts, and all that good stuff. So, let's see. Whips. I have two. Just a second. Okay. So, I will show you my progress on 'Tis the Season. I had showed you last time I had gotten the cardinal totally done. Oh, except its beak, and I still have to do its beak. I haven't went back to look for a color on its beak. Looking at the cardinal done. I got all the snowflakes done, and I started stitching on the words. And I have decided to stitch 'Tis the Season to be Jolly. I'm actually going to see how just 'Tis the Season looks on it. And if need be, because I kind of like it to be symmetrical, since it's kind of flat, you know, straight across the top here. That words on the bottom just, you know, even it all out. So more than likely I'll stitch out the whole line, 'Tis the Season to be jolly. But I want to see how just 'Tis the Season looks like. And maybe adding some of those snowflakes at the end if I'm kind of happy with it, but needs to, you know, just a little bit of fill-in at the end. I might do that. But I'm very happy with it. And for the words, I am stitching those. This is on a 32 count. So I'm stitching the words 2/2 as well. Everything else has been stitched 1/2, except the cardinal. It was stitched 2/2, and I'm going to do the words 2/2 as well, just so they pop a little bit more in the background. So, you know, my goal was to get the cardinal done. So I, you know, got the cardinal done, yay! And I was kind of like, okay, I've been stitching on this for a week straight. I need a little bit of you know, something to cut up the monotony. So I decided to pull out my Happy Christmas. I flipped through everything I was working on, had been working on for Flossmas, and this just, you know, spoke to me, and I was like, you know, I want to stitch a little bit more on this. So I think I had totally finished the one house, maybe. I don't remember where I had left off the last time I had showed you. Let me hold up the chart here. But this first house, it just needs the roof, the door. I'm working on stitching. So I got the house part done, and I got this second house done. I'm stitching the door. It's a green door, and some garland across the home there. I got that stitched. So I'm going in and filling in anything that needed to be stitched in these two houses, because the roof, of course, gets white, and I think the roof on this house itself is all white. And I actually moved over to stitch on some of the trees. I don't know how well that green is showing up. I think you can see it there. Stitching that tree there. But just to remind you what it looked like. So I stitched this home and this home. I still need to do the roofs, and I've started stitching on this tree. But I just love that. I'm still in the Christmas mood, the Christmas stitching mood, so I'm sticking with it. You know, they had charts over there for spring and summer. I've said before, I'm not spring until it gets to at least May or June. I'm not crazy about it. It's rainy, it's muddy, it's cool, and to me, it's kind of depressing until everything gets bloomed out and dried out from the spring rains and stuff. So I don't stitch spring. I have patriotic pieces that I'll stitch, and that'll be my summer stitching. But I see myself stitching on Christmas and winter things through March, April. So I'm hoping to get a lot of Christmas gift stitching done, a lot of ornaments. That's one of my big goals. I gifted 4 stitched items, I think, this year that I shared with you. And there were several more I wanted to get stitched this year. Just ran out of time. I didn't allow myself enough time. Just getting started into it this past year. So I'm excited to go through, and that just leads right into my plans. I am going to focus on cleaning out my studio because, like I said, it is filled to the gills with previous Flosstube stacks, new purchases that I had gotten from Joann's Fabric and all those types of goodies, and just the purchases I've made and the gifts I've gotten from Christmas is kind of in there. It's kind of the catch-all room, so I need to go through, clean it out, organize it again. I like to have everything clean and neat when I go in there to focus on a project that I'm wanting to work on. If not, it just stresses me out. I can't stand it. So I'm going to work on that because I really have, you know, I've shared with you the quilt pattern from last week that I had gotten. I really want to get started on that. So this upcoming week, I'm going to do that, and I really want to get my plans together for my cross stitch. I'm a goal-oriented person and work really well under pressure. So if I set a deadline and say, you know, next week, this needs to get done, I will do whatever I need to do to get that done. Now, if I tell myself, well, you know, you got till June to get this done, I will put it off until this mid-May to work on it. So I work good under pressure. So I want to set myself short-term goals, but with long-term plans of, you know, for Christmas next year, this is who I want to give gifts to, and this is what I want to make for them. So I want to get those done in January, February, so that come next November, December, I'm not having to worry about that. All I have to worry about is wrapping them up and sticking a tag on there. And then I can not be as overwhelmed as I was this past Christmas, because it was pretty hectic. And I usually have a lot of Christmas shopping done. By September, October, I have pretty much the majority of my shopping done. No, not this year. Not even close. I actually went out Christmas Eve morning to get my husband's stocking stuffers. So, very behind this year. I need to get it together for next year. I think that's all I have for you guys this week. I was going to keep it short and sweet. It's at 45 minutes right now. But it's been a great week, and I wanted to share with you all of my excitement and my great deals. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a blessed, prosperous new year. I hope all of my stitchy watchers make your goals and your plans for your stitching for 2019, and share those with me. Comment below. What are your goals? What are your plans for your cross stitch for 2019? There's several of them that I watch that have shared their ideas of how they plan on working their 2019. And I'm wanting to take, you know, a little bit from a couple of them. So share with me, what's your inspiration for 2019? What are your stitching goals for 2019? How are you going to work it? Do you have a lot of whips that you're going to work on? A lot of them are just stitching from stash. They're not going to make new purchases. They're stitching only what they have already. I don't know if I can do that. But I know I want to work in some of my whips and ornaments and gifts. So I'll share that with you this week. Comment below with what you have planned on going on. And until next Thursday, hope you have a great week. I hope you get tons of stitching time in, and I'll see you next year.